Emperor Wu was the founding emperor of the Western Jin Dynasty. A few years after ascending the throne in 267 AD, he designated his second son, Sima Zhong, as the crown prince because his eldest son had passed away before the establishment of the dynasty. In 272, Emperor Wu selected a wife for the crown prince and intended to choose the daughter of Wei Guan. But another minister, Jia Chong's wife, bribed Empress Jia with a large sum of money in an attempt to have their daughter, Jia Nanfung, selected as the crown prince consort. Consequently, the empress recommended a daughter from the Jia's family to Emperor Wu. According to the Book of Qing, the daughter from the Wei family were virtuous, beautiful, and tall. On the other hand, the daughter from the Jia family were jealous, ugly, and short. So initially, Emperor Wu rejected the idea of marrying Jia Nanfung to his son, as she was unsuitable as the future crown prince's wife. However, due to the strong recommendation from the empress, Emperor Wu eventually agreed. In 274, Empress Yang fell critically ill. She worried that Emperor Wu would appoint his favorite concubine Hu as the empress. As a result, she recommended her cousin Yang Zi to Emperor Wu as the candidate for empress after her death. Crown Princess Jia Nanfeng was a dominant woman who not only excelled in jealousy but also had a fierce and cunning personality. The Book of Jin described her as cruel and ruthless, having killed several people with her own hands. When other consorts were pregnant, Jia Nanfeng would strike them, resulting in immediate miscarriages. Upon learning of this, Emperor Wu was furious. Coincidentally, the construction of Qingyong city was completed at that time, so he planned to depose Jia Nanfeng and imprison her there. However, both the empress and ministers pleaded on behalf of Jia Nanfeng, and as a result, the emperor ultimately decided to let her go. In fact, the emperor often doubted the intelligence of the crown prince, so he wanted to test him. He held a banquet, sealing a document containing suspicions, and asked the crown prince to make a decision, withholding his trust until his response. Jia Nanfeng was afraid and sought help of an outsider to craft a response. At first, the person who crafted the response often cited ancient precedents, but the crown prince's studies were not good. If the response cited ancient precedent, he would be blamed for fabricating it. Therefore, in the end, they prepared a draft and had the crown prince write it himself. When the emperor reviewed it, he was very pleased and thought his son was good enough. In the year of 290, Emperor Wu passed away. The crown prince ascended the throne as Emperor Hui. He honored his stepmother as the Empress Dowager, his wife Jia Nanfeng as the Empress, and his son Sima Yu as the Crown Prince. Once Emperor Hui took power, he placed trust in his Empress Jia Nanfeng, which allowed her to have great power. After taking the throne, the emperor was incredibly ignorant and oblivious to the suffering of the people. In 1 year, a severe famine struck. Many commoners starved to death due to lack of food. When report of disaster reached him, he curiously asked if the commoners have no rice to eat, why don't they eat meat porridge? Since then, the phrase "why not eat meat porridge" became a form of satire directed at rulers who failed to understand the hardness of the lower class and blindly projected their own circumstances onto them. After Jia Nanfeng was crowned empress, she actively sought to participate in political affairs. During her early crisis of being deposed, she received multiple assistance from Empress Dowager Yang. But she misunderstood her intention and perceived her as having malicious motive. Consequently, she held deep resentment towards the Empress Dowager and did not show proper respect and courtesy. She even intended to participate in political affairs, but her ambitions were obstructed by Yang Jing, who held the position of Grand Tutor as an imperial relative. The following year, Empress Jia accused Yang Jing of plotting rebellion and conspired to eliminate him and depose Empress Dowager Yang Zi. Yang Jing was ultimately killed. Later, Empress Jia accused Empress Dowager Yang of being involved in the conspiracy. alleging that she had a desire to protect the Grand Tutor. In the end, she forged an edict to demote the Empress Dowager to commoner status and exile her to Jingyong City. The following year, Empress Dowager Yang was starved to death. Since then, Empress Jia consolidated her power and continued to exercise her authority. She was notorious for her extreme debauchery. In addition to having a secret affair with imperial physicians, Empress Jia was known for frequently sending individuals to seek out and engage in relationship with attractive young men, only to later torture and kill them. There was a minor official who escaped death due to his good looks, but suspicions arose when he suddenly acquired luxurious clothing. Eventually, he confessed that he had spent several days in intimacy with a woman who was short, dark, and had a blemish behind the eyebrow. He had received those items as rewards for their time together. Upon hearing his confession, everyone understood that this woman was Empress Jia. Emperor Hui only had one son, Sima Yu, who was born to his concubine Xie. Therefore, when Emperor Hui ascended the throne, Sima Yu was made a crown prince. Concubine Xie was promoted to noble consort. However, Empress Jia prohibited the crown prince from meeting his birth mother and arranged separate accommodation for consort Xie. Even Empress Jia's mother, seeing her without children, constantly encouraged her to love and cherish the crown prince. Empress Jia refused to listen. In 299, Empress Jia conspired to overthrow the crown prince. She drugged him and manipulated him to write seditious words while he was in a state of drunkenness. Ultimately, she presented written words to Emperor Hui, flaming the crown prince and leading to his removal from his position. Consort Xie was also implicated as a co-conspirator. The following year, the removal of the high-esteemed crown prince caused widespread anger. Right Guard Commander Sima Ya, attendant Xu Qiao and Shi Yi, and others plotted to depose Empress Jia and reinstate Sima Yu as the crown prince. They orchestrated a scheme to spread rumors within the palace, suggesting a plot against Empress Jia and advocating for the reinstatement of Sima Yu. This, coupled with public resentment, instilled great fear in Empress Jia. Empress Jia then ordered her associate Xuan Lui to bring poison medicine to the crown prince. However, when the crown prince refused to take it, Xuan Lui resorted to using a mortar and pestle to kill him. This act then became the reason to launch a campaign against Empress Jia. The next month, Prince Zhao Sima Lun forged an imperial decree to remove Empress Jia from power, accusing her of plotting against the crown prince. This decision gained support from many. Empress Jia was arrested and imprisoned in Jingyong City. She was demoted to the status of a commoner. Later, her associates were also arrested and executed. Shortly after, Jia Nanfung, who was only 45 years old, was killed with poisoned wine. Despite the turmoil in the imperial harem during Jia Nanfeng's rule, it did not significantly impact the overall stability of the dynasty. In fact, her 8-year reign was the most stable period in the Western Jin Dynasty. It was only after Prince Zhao seized power that the court fell into chaos within a year, leading to the infamous War of 8 Princes. Following Jia Nanfeng's death, the rebellion of the 8 princes erupted, causing the political situation to collapse. The war lasted for 16 years, characterized by frequent conflict, and in later stages, the central government lost control over the entire country. Ultimately, the Xiongnu destroyed the dynasty.